another beautiful day for baseball here at Founders Field for game number 4 of the playoff series between the Platypi and the Jacks. I am Cookie Cutter here to bring you another playoff edition of Platypi Baseball. And we are raring to go here. In just a moment, the starting lineups, and Kitty Kaufman is about to step into the batter's box. Bella Meatball will be pitching for the home team Jacks. But now here are the lineups. Batting first is Jack Cracker for the Jacks. He's playing left field. Log Freely batting second, playing right field. Huffley Buffler playing second base, batting third. Batting 4, 5, 6 is Juice Jackson at third base. Razzie Dazzler in center field. Rob Glover at shortstop. Downtown Upton, the first baseman, batting 7th. Catching at the 8th spot is Tough Lift. And pitching and batting 9th is Bella Meatball. Here is the playoff tournament bracket so far. The Platypi leading the Jacks 2-1. Overdogs beat the Bee-Wolves 3-1. Sandcats 3-0 over the Herbisaurs, and the Wild Pigs 3-1 over the Hot Corners. So everything has been decided except for this series, the Platypi versus the Jacks. Meatball fires a 4-seam, 2-seam change, curve, and slider in her arsenal. And here comes the first pitch, strike one, and we're ready for baseball. Kitty Kaufman grounded up the middle for a base hit. The second baseman for the Platypi has a leadoff single. Now for the Platypi lineup, here comes Hera Owogliam. She's batting second, playing right field. Beefcake McStevens playing third base, batting third. 4, 5, 6 is Muffin Studwick in left. Scooter Sandbeck at first, and Carrie Cartman at short as Kitty Kaufman swipes her first bag of the day. 1-1 count now to Hera. It's outside. Back to the lineup. Catching is Tugboat Thomas. Pitching and batting 8th is Rufus Zumar. And playing center field and batting 9th is Willie Bacon. 3-1 count now to Arrow Wugliams as Kitty Kaufman slides back into second base safely. And this one gets away from the catcher. Ball 4. It's a walk. Kitty Kaufman stays at second base. Tough Lift just couldn't quite keep that one out. It's grounded to Huffley Buffler at second. And that'll be a double play. McStevens ground into a double play in his first at bat. That'll make it a runner at third with 2 outs for Muffin Studwick, the cleanup hitter for the Platypi. And now he lines one over the leaping glove of the shortstop, Rob Glover, into left center field. And there's our first run of the ball game. The Platypi will claim it. It's 1-0 Platypi here in the top of the first inning. 2 down for Scooter Sandbrick. And that's up the middle on a low liner and through for a base hit. And a big turnaround second base does Muffin Studwick, but he will stay there, which will bring up Carrie Cartman with 2 down, 2 on. He'll take strike 1 inside. 0-1 is high and away, 1-1. Ooh, tough strike there, 1-2. On its way to Carrie Cartman, the shortstop. He'll check his swing ball too. And this one, a looping fly ball into left field and caught by Jack Cracker on the run. But not before the Platypi score a run on 3 hits. It's 1-0 Platypi through half a frame, and Rufus Zumar will now take the bump for the Platypi. Strike 1. He features a 4-seam, 2-seamer, and his 2-seamer gets pelted up the middle for a base hit. And the rest of his arsenal, as Log Freely steps up here, the left fielder for the Jacks. The rest of Rufus's arsenal is a slider, curveball, and a forkball. And there's ball 1 outside, 1-0. Now 1-1 with a runner on first base. See, you're right too. It was a handy victory for the Platypi in the last one. They smoked the Jacks, and they actually won the last 2. So looking good for the Platypi as they're swinging a miss, strike 3 on a slider outside of the zone. A whirly bird. In out number 1. Huffley Buffler will step in. This is, by the way, Rufus Zumar's first start in the playoffs. Same goes for Bella on the other side. Now with 1 out, Rufus Zumar thinks about it a little bit, then delivers a 2-seamer that'll catch his own for strike 1, and there's ball 1, just low, I suppose. Now grounded to Kaufman, shows range to her right. Toss to Cartman, who turns and fires to first for the double play. So despite a leadoff hit, nothing doing in the run column for the Jacks in the bottom of the first, we head to the second for Tugboat Thomas. It's still 1-0 Platypi. And now lined up the middle base hit. So far, these Platypi hitters seem to just be peppering up the middle. Up steps Rufus Zumar. We'll see if he'll drop down a bunt. And it looks like he's squaring. Ball one outside, though, as he pulls it back. 1-0. Pulls back again. 2-0. And now that one's bunted but foul down the first baseline. And this one's right back to the pitcher. They'll get the out at second, turn to first, in time for a double play. I think that, let's see, was that 5? Sorry, 1-6-3 double play, I believe. Though I could not really tell if the shortstop or the second baseman got it. That's down the line, foul. 1-2 to Willie Bacon. The odd 8-9 switch for the pitcher to hit 8th. Now Willie Bacon pops this one up, and it'll be caught by Razzie Dazzler for out number 3. So there will be a hit, but it's quickly erased and turned into 0 runs for the Platypi. We head to the bottom of the second inning for Juice Jackson. Ball 1 outside to him. The 1-0, down and in, 2-0. Strike 1. Strike 2. The 2-2 pitch. Oh, almost got him to swing at that forkball, but he'll leave it. 3-2, the payoff. Grounded, just past the glove of Rufus Zumar. Kitty Kaufman fields and fires to first. We'll still get the out for out number 1. Up steps Razzie Dazzler for her first at-bat of the day, and she'll take strike 1 on the outside corner, and there's ball 1. Tried to go to the same place, but couldn't quite get it to catch the corner, and now this one's lying down the right field line. It's fair. Past to Wugliams. It'll get into the corner. She'll pick it up and fire back into second, but too late. That'll put a runner on second base with that 1-out double for Rob Glover, who will swing and miss at strike 1. A good two-seamer, and there's ball 1. 1-1. The pitch. Check to swing, ball 2. 2-1. Grounded just in front of home plate. Tugboat Thomas takes it and fires to third. Not in time. Runners will be at the corners after an interesting call there. Will leave him safe at third base. Oh boy, interesting call. No challenge system though in this game. The runners are at the corners, and now this one's hit just foul. Scooter Sandbrick fielded it anyways, but it will be foul. The 0-2. Unfortunate too for the Platypi, because that would have been a double play. Now runner going. Tugboat Thomas will eventually throw after looking the runner back to third. Somewhat minute throw. Don't know why he did that. But 3-2 now. 1 out. Runners at second and third. Now this one's popped into center field. Willie is under it. He will make the grab. Runners both tag. Fires it in to Scooter Sandbrick, who will cut it off at the mound. It's 1-1. As Tough Lift steps up to the plate with 2 down and a runner on third base. He'll take ball 1 outside. Now this one hit just foul. 1-1. And grounded to Kerry Cartman. This should be the end of the inning, but it's not. He boots it. He'll pick it up and just fire it into second base to Kitty Kaufman. And up steps the pitcher, Bella Mietball. And oh my. Deep line drive. Back goes Willie Bacon. He leaps. It's out of here. It's a 2-run, 2-out homer by the opposing pitcher. 409. That's not a cheapie. The fence does jet in there in right center field, but that one would have been out pretty much anywhere. 409, making it 4-1 Jacks. Now that one's whacked foul by the leadoff hitter Jack Cracker. Demoralizing to give that shot up, not just with 2 outs, but to the pitcher. Her first homer and RBIs of the year. Now 1-2 to the leadoff man. Fouled back. The pitch from Rufus. Good one down and away. Swing and a miss for strike 3. But not before 4 runs come to the plate. It's now 4-1 Jacks. As the lineup card will flip over for the Platypi. Trying to get some of those runs back at least. Now 2-1 to Kitty Kaufman, though hopefully we can get all of them. Now this one, backhanded by Glover at short, fires and makes a great play at first base for out number 1. Kitty Kaufman runs well, but not well enough in that situation. One down for Hera O'Wugliams. Strike one on the outside corner. 1-1. She'll pop this one foul. Well, I should say line this one foul. Now 2-2. And into the first base dugout again. Now up the middle, through for a base hit. Wow, Huffley Buffler didn't even try to get that one. Now Beefcake McStevens steps up with a runner on first, 1 out. Now weak hit right side of the infield. Buffler will barehand and fire to first for out number 2, but hit so weakly that there was no chance for a double play. Ball 1 inside, and that means O'Wugliams stands at second base with 2 outs. And now this one is belted deep. Left center field, going back at the wall is Dazzler. Oh, she makes the play at the wall. That'll end the inning. It'll stay 4-1 after that loud out number 3. And oh, now the first pitch is lined into left field for a base hit. Buffler will step up to the plate with a runner on first and nobody out, and lines this one to Kerry Cartman, who drops it. But he'll throw it to second base and still gets an out. Almost got the double play at first, but I believe it was a tie. It was at least very close. And so he'll be safe at first, but now a double play ball, tailor-made. Cartman fields this one cleanly, fires it to second. It gets fired to first for a double play. So some weird defense there in the bottom half of the third inning, but we head to the top of the fourth. It's 4-1 Jacks still, with Scooter Sandbrake stepping up. He will pop one down the right field line and caught by Log Freely just in fair territory, maybe about by 5 feet or so. And now popped up here by Muffin Studwick, Dazzler under it for out number 2. Tugboat Thomas will step up to the plate. A big homer in yesterday's game that kind of sent the offense into fireworks. Now this one's popped straight up, and Dazzler under this one as well, and will make the play easily. A can of corn for her to end the inning. Still 4-1 Jacks as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Now grounded sharply to Kaufman. She'll backhand and fire to first for out number 1. Here's Rob Glover. Ball 1 just outside. Now line, leaping is Kaufman. She'll make the grab for out number 2. Goodness gracious. 2 down now for downtown Upton. Rufus looking for a shutdown inning here in the fourth. Now grounded to Scooter. He'll make the backhanded grab, tosses over to the covering pitcher Zumar, and that's out number 3. So some good defense in the bottom of the fourth inning. Now Rufus Zumar will step up to the plate. Strike 1. Remember, he is the number 8 hitter. They like having Willie in that 9 spot. And now this one's lined in the left field. Low liner caught at the kneecaps of Jack Cracker. Out number 1 as Willie Bacon, the number 9 hitter, will step up. Playing center field today. 1-1 to him. Line straight back. The 1-2 is inside 2-2 on a breaking ball. And now this one line in the middle, but caught by Meatball. Speared before he could get past her and into the outfield. What a play. 2 down. Kitty Kaufman up. Quickly 1-1 to her. The 1-1 pitch here in the top half of the 5th inning is going to miss just low. Ball 2. Lined up the middle, base hit. That seems to be the strategy for the Platypi today. Just trying to line the ball up the middle. Send it right back where it came from. And now here is Hera O'Wugliams, who got a hit in her last at-bat. And there's ball 1 inside. Strike 1 at the knees. And out on the outside corner. Now Kitty runs. The pitch is high. The throw to second is late. So now with a 2-1 count, there's a runner in scoring position for Hera O'Wugliams. And she'll spit on ball 3. The 3-1. Low ball 4. Which brings up Beefcake McStevens with 2 down and 2 on. A chance to do something magical. Ball 1 low. And now a pickoff attempt backwards to second base will be to no avail. And now, oh my goodness, a drive, deep drive into center field. Dazzler tracking. Oh my gosh, what an incredible over the shoulder catch. An over the shoulder catch by the center fielder, Razzie Dazzler, will spoil a 2-out rally. It remains 4-1 Jacks. And now, just past the diving glove of Kaufman, this will roll all the way to the wall as Willie Bacon misses it initially, but plays it off the wall and will hold him to a single, which will bring up Meatball, the opposing pitcher. And she is not going to square to bunt. She did have a home run in her last at bat, which has given the Jacks a healthy lead, which has been retained thus far. But now quickly a 1-2 count to her, and she'll whack this one back foul. The 1-2, and she'll take it, checked her swing, ball 2. The 2-2, now she shows bump, pulls it back, but it's right at the knees. Strike 3. Jack Cracker steps up, ball 1, down and in. Zumar now falling behind in the count, 2-0. This one lined over the glove of Kitty Kaufman. It's going to get all the way to that jet-in wall. And Willie Bacon does not play it well, but fires it back in and will still manage to keep him to second and third. Thankfully, we have a runner at third base in Tough Lift who does not run very well. Catcher speed, the definition of catcher speed. And now this one up the middle, base hit. 1 run's going to score. Willie Bacon fields, fires it home, but no play at the plate as they will hold the runners at first and third. Now Buffler steps up with runners at the corners and 1 out in the 5th inning. 5-1 Jacks. Don't want this game to get away from you, but it may not, at least not yet, as Kitty Kaufman fields, goes to second, and it's fired to first for a double play to end the inning. A run will get scratched across, though. It's 5-1 Jacks heading into the top of the 6th inning for Muffin Studwick, who will take ball 1 inside. 2-0 now. Line over the glove of the shortstop Glover and down for a base hit. Scooter Sandbrick will step up. The first baseman, runner on first, no outs, and he puts a charge into this one. Deep right center field. It's way out of here. Scooter Sandbrick goes yard. Pulls one into the bullpen, 402 feet. Takes advantage of that jet-in wall. It's now 5-3. Platypi cut the deficit in half. And now a pitching change. Immaculo Spectaculo will come in to pitch for Meatball here in the 6th inning. Trying to stop them right there. Now this one's a weak grounder. Spectaculo gets off the mound, fields it, and fires a first for out number 1. Good play. 1 out. Familiar face is Spectaculo. This one's hit up the middle for a base hit with 1 out. 1 out single there for Tugboat Thomas. Now strike 1 to Rufus Zumar, who's squaring to bunt. Tugboat's actually stealing. He'll get there to second base as this one's bunted. And now 2 down with a good sacrifice bunt. Spectaculo, 4-seam slider and changeup in his arsenal. Ball 1 will load to Bacon. He's already pitched a few games in this tournament here, and he'll field his position once more. And there's out number 3, but not before a 2-run shot makes this one 5-3. Jack's still ahead as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Now Kerry Cartman will field this one, a grounder to him, and fire to first for out number 1. Ball 1 outside on a curveball. Rufus Zumar fires in a strike for 1-1. Foul down the first base line. And now 1-2. Swing on a miss in the dirt. Some housekeeping for Tugboat Thomas. He'll strap on the apron and throw it on over to first base for out number 2. Now quickly 1-1 to the shortstop for the Jacks. 2-1. Zumar looking for a shutdown inning. This one's a line drive to center field. Bacon will make the grab for out number 3. So exactly what you want there after scoring a couple runs in the top half, shutting them down in the bottom half, And now as we head to the 7th inning, the Platypi still trail 2. It's 5-3. Kitty Kaufman steps up. This one, diving shot by Buffler. He'll get up, fire to first. Got her by a step. Great job by Spectacular also to cover there. We have 1 out now for O'Wugliams. Now quickly 2-0 to her. The Jacks have been a little bit careful with O'Wugliams throughout this series, and they'll walk her on 4 pitches there. Most of them were pretty close, but a clear workaround situation as Beefcake McStevens will step up. And now he'll have a low liner that'll tip off the glove of Glover. It rolls just a foot or 2 away from him, but that's enough for an infield single for Beefcake McStevens. A good job just to stop that one, though, by Glover. But nonetheless, first and second now for Muffin Studwick with just 1 out. And now he'll hit a fly ball into center field. Under it is Dazzler. And no, the runners will not tag as that one is caught for out number 2. Scooter Sandbrick steps up to the plate now. Ball 1 high. A big homer in his last at-bat. Will he be able to do it again? I sure hope so. Line to up the middle for a base hit. They're going to send O'Wugliams. The throw is going to be... It's going to come home, and it's going to be well late. The Platypi will score. It's 5-4. Now just trailing by 1 run as Kerry Cartman steps up and lines this one foul. Runners are at second and third. That's Scooter and Beefcake. This one up the middle, but fielded on backhand by Buffler, and he'll fire to first for out number 3. But not before 1 run will come across to score to make it 5-4. Platypi just trailing by 1. And Rufus Zumar still in there to pitch. And here in the 7th inning, diving try by Cartman, but this one will get past him for a base hit. So a leadoff single. Tough lift steps up, and Zumar still going to be in the game. He is at now 74 pitches. But fires a strike there. 1-1. And now a fly ball into left field. Muffin Studwick, about 10 feet away from the foul line, will make the grab in left field. And there's out number 1, which will bring up Immaculate Spectacular, who will be pinch hit for by Veniscus. And that's going to prompt the Platypi to make a pitching change. So go to Hugh Jacobs with 1 out. Tristan Veniscus will hit. Jacobs features a 4-seam slide and curveball and hasn't done well so far in the playoffs. A 54 ERA and a 9 whip. 2-1 though, swung through for strike 2. The 2-2 pitch, he'll leave it. It hits the dirt. Ball 3 on a curveball. And now swung on and missed. See right 3 on a 4-seamer that was inside. So that will make it 2 down now for Jack Cracker, the leadoff batter for the Jacks. Steve Reich 1-1. Runner on first. Grounded. Beefcake dives. It's off his glove. Fielding it, though, is Cartman. He'll fire to first. Oh, my goodness. It's a 5-6-3 putout. A new pitcher will come to the mound. Elaine Munster will pitch after that incredible play in the field by Kerry Cartman and Beefcake McStevens. Munster has pitched in this series already. A 4-seam, 2-seam, and curveball. Now this one lined down the right field line. Fair ball! It's down! Fair into the right field corner. The throw into second base, though, it's going to hose Tugboat Thomas. He's out. There's out number 1. Hugh Jacobs would be stepping up to the plate, but it's going to be a pinch hitter. And pinch hitting for him will be Sky Rodriguez, the righty. Not much, well, actually not anything done in the playoffs so far. So now's her chance, but a weak line drive to first base will retire her for out number 2. Up steps Willie Bacon, 2 down, ball 1 outside. Still down by 1 here in the top of the 8th inning. Now grounded to Glover at short. He'll field fire to first, relatively routine for out number 3. But that'll mean a new pitcher for the Platypi. It is going to be the lefty Remington Sharp to try to silence the bats of the Jacks in the bottom of the 8th inning. Strike two. He has a slider, four-seam, and two-seam. And there's a slider. That's what he likes to do to righties. Bury it down and in with 2 strikes. Now he'll saw off a bat. 1 and 2 still. Weakly grounded. Beefcake McStevens bare hands. He fires. Got him out number 1 in the 8th inning. Buffalo steps up to the plate. Another nail biter of a game here. And now lined up the middle for a base hit. Well, a worm burner actually. 1 down, 1 on for Juice Jackson. Remington hunting a double play or an out of any kind, really. Quickly 1 and 1 to Juice. Now grounded. Just past the diving glove of Scooter Sandberg at first base, while Williams fields and fires it in. It's cut off by Cartman on the way to third base. Now first and second, 1 out. Here's Razzie Dazzler. Ball 1 inside. Now 1 out, 2 on. 1 and 1 count for the center fielder. Line in the left field. It's gonna be caught. Basket catch by Muffin Studwick. Incredible sliding grab. May have saved a run there. At least kept it from being loaded with 1 out. Now instead it's runners at first and second with 2 outs for Rob Glover. 1 and 1. A couple of amazing defensive plays here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Now grounded to Scooter Sandberg. He'll field it and step on the bag himself. There is out number 3. We head to the 9th inning, but the Platypi still trail by 1. Elaine Monster will stay in the game. And now Kitty Kaufman hits this one high and deep into center field, but it's going to die. Caught in center field on the warning track by Razzie Dazzler. 1 out. But Williams, this one is gone! Home run! Takes advantage of the short porch in right field. That one's 373, and no doubter. It's all tied up here in the top of the 9th inning. Beefcake McStevens will step to the plate with 1 out. Lined up the middle, base hit. Let's keep the hit parade a-rolling. 1 out, 1 on for Muffin Studwick. The pitch from Monster as she checks over at first base. 1 and 0 now. Steve Reich 1. 1-1. Runner goes. Oh, it's hit to Buffler as he was covering the bag. He'll just field tag Beefcake McStevens and fire to first base. So it will be a double play on the hit and run. And now here in the bottom of the 9th, quickly a base hit. It is 5-5 though. The Platypi will force a bottom of the 9th inning. Tough Lift will step in to the batter's box. Ball 1 with a runner on first. Remington Sharp, by the way, still in the ball game for the Platypi. Now a foul ball down the first base line. 1 and 1 is now 2 and 1. The 2-1 pitch lined into the left center field gap. It'll split the gap. Roll all the way to the wall. It'll only be a long single though. But the runner at first will get to third. And now Yo-Yo Yamamoto will come in to pinch hit for the pitcher, Elaine Monster. And the Platypi contemplating a pitching change here with 2 on and nobody out. They will change pitchers. It'll be Kamari Roundhouse to try to win the series, or at least force a 10th inning, I should say. They would not be winning the series. They could be, they are facing a tie series, but with the infield in, it's hit to Kerry Cartman. He'll fire home, and now they have the runner in a pickle. In between third base and home, there's out number 1. Tugboat Thomas applies the tag. 1 out, and now they can very feasibly get out of this. They just need a ground ball from Jack Cracker. Kamari Roundhouse features a 4-seam, 2-seam slide and curve, by the way. Now 1 and 1, line back foul. The 1-2 in the dirt. Great block by Tugboat. 2 and 2. The pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. A slider outside. Completely whiffed on it. Now 2 outs for Log Freely. Strike 1. Now the 0-1 will miss inside. 1 and 1 with 2 runners on. Foul ball. The 1-2 on its way. Foul ball. Straight back. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Good block by Tugboat. He'll leave it though. 2-2. Now this one popped into center field. Under it is Willie Bacon. Waving off Muffin. He'll make the grab for out number 3. We'll head to the 10th inning miraculously. It was not looking good at the beginning of that inning with runners at the corners and nobody out, but Roundhouse gets out of the jam. And Keisha Mushara will come in to pitch in the top half of the 10th inning. Grounded to second base by Scooter Sandberg, and there's out number 1 as Cartman steps up. Cartman will be pinch hit for, though, actually, after he's already gotten into the batter's box. And the pinch hitter, it looks like, yes, it will be Linda Hand, the power lefty. Ball 1 inside. Keisha features a 4-seam, 2-seam, and changeup. Now there's strike 1. Away in low corner. Strike 2. 1-2 to Hand, who has a 1,000 batting average in the playoffs. This one's down the line, but foul. About 5 feet to the right of the line. Now this one grounded into the first base dugout foul. 1-2 to Linda. 2-2. That'll miss outside. Belted center field. Going back is Dazzler, but that's the deepest part of the ballpark, and she'll make the grab once more on the warning track, which will bring up Tugboat Thomas, who will swing at the first pitch he sees, ground it to short. It's fielded by the shortstop Glover and thrown to first to end the inning. So the score will remain deadlocked at 5, and now we'll see some defensive switcheroos. The pinch hitter Linda Hand will come into play left field. Muffin Sedgwick will move to first base. Scooter Sandberg will move from first base to third base. And moving from third base to shortstop is Beefcake McStevens. So about half of the fielders there switched all around. And Kamari Roundhouse, well, I think he might be taking a second to realize who is around him in the field now. But 1-0 count to Buffler, the second baseman for the Jacks. Kamari Roundhouse at 15 pitches, still standing there like a statue. We'll see if he finally delivers a pitch, and he will. 1-1. Finally resuming the game. Not sure what we were waiting there for, but now this one's grounded to Kaufman. She'll field and throw to first for out number 1, which will bring up Juice Jackson with 1 out. Score still tied, of course, at 5. Here in the bottom of the 10th inning. Ball 1 outside. A win for the Jacks means the series stays alive. A win for the Platypi means they get to head on to the next round of the playoffs. The 3-1, ball 4. Now Razzie Dazzler will step up to the plate. Kamari Roundhouse will stay in the game. And a quick ground ball. Scooter Sandberg dives and fields, fires to second, and they'll turn the round robin. It's a double play. Scooter Sandberg playing most of the game at first base, scooting over to third base, makes an incredible diving play, not to mention getting to his feet and firing to second base accurately, and in plenty of time for Kitty Kaufman to be able to turn the double play. Now Jude Harrell will come in and pinch hit for Kamari Roundhouse, and he'll line this one up the middle for a base hit. Jude Harrell known for his bat. And that brings up Willie Bacon. And pinch running now over there at first base will be Rory Crowds, who has average speed but still better than Harrell, the catcher. Ball 1 up and in to Bacon, who is squaring to bunt, and he'll get it down on the first base side, and Mushara will have nothing to do with it but throw to first base for out number 1, getting the runner over to second. Kitty Kaufman will step up and line this one down the third base line foul with a runner on second base. Ball 1 inside. 1-1. 1 down. And now this one's grounded to shortstop and fielded by Glover. Throw to first for out number 2. Rory Crowd's doing some dancing over there, getting back to the bag. Now here's Hera O'Wugliams. She's the one who tied this ball game up her last at bat. And now hits this one into center field, going back on his Dazzler. And she'll have plenty of room to make the play. So there's out number 3. We'll see what the Platypi do for pitching as we head to the bottom half of the 11th inning. And it looks like Well, they really only have one option from the bullpen's perspective, so they're going to bring in Stubby Tubrick. Stubby Tubrick pitched earlier as a starter in this series, and now he'll come into the 11th inning and quickly goes 1-1. The only bullpen pitcher the Platypi have left is the closer, Walt Huckster, so they'll elect to keep him fresh, as now Sandbrick will field it, cutting off the shortstop. Beefcake McStevens fires a first for a great out number 1. I tell you what, Scooter Sandbrick is a very good option over there at third base, which is exactly what you want here in the playoffs. Unfortunately, though, that's a single up the middle. We'll see if Stubby can get out of this. Runner on first, 1 out. I mean, it's the playoffs, so sometimes your starters are just going to come in, have to come in as bullpen guys. You'd rather, at least in the Platypi mind, I would imagine, keep your closer fresh for closing out the game here on the road in extras. But now under it is Kitty Kaufman in the infield, and there's out number 2. 2 down. Kyusha Mushara steps up to the plate. The pitcher, they're not going to pinch hit for her. Ball 1 inside. And now grounded. Right side, diving stop by Kitty Kaufman. She gets to her feet and will throw out the pitcher for out number 3. A great play, and thankfully had plenty of time there with the pitcher running. And, well, I guess that's not the case with every pitcher, but with this pitcher in particular. And now a foul ball from Beefcake McStevens as we start inning number 12. Still deadlocked at 5 apiece. 2-1 to Beefcake McStevens. 3-1 now. I imagine he has the green light. We'll see if he uses it. He does, but just hits this one harmlessly foul. 3-2, up the middle, down for a base hit. Dazzler fields and fires into second, and it's now runner on first with nobody out for Muffin Studwick. And Mushara with the leg kick. The pitch, it's hit up the middle for a base hit, past the diving second baseman, Buffler. Dazzler will field and fire it towards third base. It's cut off by Glover. Now runners at first and second for Scooter Sandbrick. And Chico Lapata will come in to pitch. He's the closing pitcher for the Jacks. He features a 4-seam cutter. And as this one's popped up by Scooter Sandbrick into center field. Under it is Dazzler. She'll make the grab for out number 1. And that last pitch in the arsenal, as Linda hand steps up, the last pitch in the arsenal for Lapata is a slider. Now this one grounded to second base. And oh, they can't turn the double play. They got the out at second though, so runners at the corners with 2 outs for Tugboat Thomas. Still a chance here, runner going. The throw comes to second base, and breaking home is Beefcake McStevens. He'll make it! Oh, the old Little League play! Runner steals second. Beefcake read it perfectly, gets home. It's 6-5 Platypi. Top of the 12th inning in a clinching game. 3-1's the count now to Tugboat Thomas. A chance to add on. Line drive off the glove of the leaping second baseman Buffler. They're going to wave him home. It's 7-5 Platypi. A 2-run lead is huge. Stubby Tubrick will be pinch hit for by the only bench piece that the Platypi have left, Chase Tabule. 2 outs. Runner on first. 1-0 now to Tabule. As the Platypi have a 2-run lead. Line drive into left field, base hit. Goodness gracious. What a 2-out rally. After a play you may only see in the playoffs, and then a line drive that kicks off a glove. Goodness gracious. Luke McGregor, a starting pitcher, will now come in to face Willie Bacon. And this one's promptly lined into center field. And there's out number 3. And now we head to the bottom half of the 12th inning. Walt Huckster will come into the game to try to send the Platypi to the second round of the playoffs to face the Overdogs who clinched earlier today. Ball 1 low. The 1-0. C. Reich 1. The 1-1 pitch. 2-1 low. The 2-1. 3-1. 3-1 on its way to Jack Cracker. He'll ground it into left field past the diving glove of the shortstop Beefcake McStevens. Now Log Freely will step up to the plate. 1 on, nobody out. Platypi still have to lock this thing down. It's ball 1 outside on a curveball. 1-0. Whack straight back, foul. Jack's certainly capable of coming back. 1-1 though, grounded up to shortstop McStevens. He'll flip to second on the first. It's a double play. Oh my goodness, that might be a dagger. 2 outs. Nobody on. Huffley Buffler steps up. 1 out away from clinching. 0-2. Huckster fires. That's low. Ball 1. The 1-2. Swung on and hit back foul. The 1-2 once more. Lined. Stopped by the foot of the diving Scooter Sandbrick. Beefcake McStevens will back him up. And there's no play at first base. So the tying run steps up to the plate and Juice Jackson. 1-0 quickly to him. Weakly grounded foul past the third base bag. The 1-1. Whacked back foul. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. In the dirt. Good block by Tugboat. 2-2. The 2-2 will miss. A payoff 3-2 pitch here in the playoffs. Runner goes. Foul. Runner will go again. The 3-2. It's lined in the left center field. It'll split the gap. The runner around from first will go around third. He's going to head home. Oh, my stars. It's a 1-run ball game. The tying run now stands at second base. Razzie Dazzler will step up to the plate with 2 down. 1 run needed for them to tie it and keep this ball game going. And of course, she is the go-ahead run. 1-1. Strike 2. Can Huckster buckle down here? 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. The Platypi are going to go to the second round of the playoffs and face off against the Overdogs. What a win for the Platypi. The Platypi win it in the playoffs. Oh my gosh. Game number 4 is theirs. The series is theirs. A nail biter. 12 innings it took to get here. But my goodness, it was a good one. 7 runs on 19 hits, 1 error, 6 runs, and 16 hits and no errors for the Jacks. That first line for the Platypi, of course. Oh my gosh, may have taken a couple years off my life, but wouldn't ask for anything else. And now we'll look at the winner of the game, Stubby Tubrick, coming in out of the bullpen, normally a starter. The save goes to Walt Huckster. Huge pitching performance there from those two. And then the loss, unfortunately for the Jacks, goes to Keisha Mushara, who came in and pitched a couple of innings and ended up giving up the go-ahead run for the Platypi. Scooter Sandbrick, he is the player of the game. A close second, Hera O'Wugliams, and we have to tip our cap to Bella Mietball, who gave a stellar performance starting for the Jacks. Not to mention a home run. She did everything she could, but in the end it was not enough. The Jacks will fall in this series, the Platypi advancing. So we'll see you next week for another edition of Playoff Baseball, as the Platypi will take on the Overdogs for the first game in their Round 2 series. Thank you so much for watching Platypi Baseball here on the Classic Cookie Gaming channel. I hope you have an amazing day. This is Cookie Cutter, signing off.